we have a doubleheader, champs, and Vasili Lomachenko sends Gervonta Tank Davis a message, arguably one of the faces of boxing. And it's about his resume, stating that it's not up to par. And to me, in other words, he is saying he is trying to position himself for a mega showdown fight with Tank Davis in the future. Now that will be a huge fight, and it will be good, and both of the fighters will get a big payday. And another big test for Tank Davis, as he is just starting to fight really good fighters. And we will also talk about Ryan Garcia's latest post and how he stated that he will not be posting anymore just yesterday. And these are the topics that we will be talking about next. But before we get into that, if you guys are not subscribed, please punch and knock out that subscription button. That way you'll never see it again. And ding the notification bell. That way you will never miss any of my new boxing videos. Alright guys, let's get to the round. Ding ding. Okay champs, let's get started. Okay guys, so the Matrix, the high-tech Vasili Lomachenko recently posted about Tank Davis. And Gervonta is arguably one of the faces of boxing. And I don't blame him, but everybody tries to get a fight with Tank cause that's the money man. And not just that, everybody wants a rematch with Tank cause that's the money man. The fighter's so nice that you gotta say it twice. But Vasili posted, Tank has never fought top fighters, and he's never seen Gervonta Davis with top opposition at 135 pounds. And he is just a boxer that knows exactly what to do in the ring. And he wants to see Tank with a top boxer in their weight class. I have to disagree on that. He fought Ryan Garcia, and that is a top level fighter. But you probably meant he didn't fight anybody that was on top that wasn't moving up in weight or put a rehydration or weight stipulation on him. And sometimes even Tank could not make the weight. I agree with that. But other than that, Tank has beaten a lot of solid fighters on paper. But I also agree with Lomachenko. Tank's resume does pale in comparison to Lomachenko's, or say Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez. Because as we all know, Lomachenko did start his pro career a little late, but only his second fight was against Salido. And do you guys remember when the four kings were on top? Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, Lomachenko has already fought two of them, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, and both fights were very competitive. And Ryan Garcia is already headed to his second king, as he already fought Chu Tank, and now he's going to fight Devin Haney, with only one tune-up fight in between, and that's with Oscar Duarte, and Oscar Duarte is no tune-up. And Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are a lot younger than Tank Davis. But on paper, I gotta give you props. You already fought one of them, Ryan Garcia, but it was at 136, while Ryan Garcia was already acclimated to fight at 140. And there was also a rehydration clause and a Mullen camp. Now that is not your fault. Ryan Garcia should have never signed that contract. But you did have a Mullen camp that helped you with the fight, knowing exactly where to hit Ryan Garcia where he suffered that rib injury. And even with all this information, it still took you 7 rounds to hit him in the ribs. And there is a difference of a fighter coming in with the rib injury and the opponent knowing and not knowing. Let me explain the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. Errol Spence came in with the rib injury, but Terence Crawford did not know about the rib injury. Now let's say that Terence Crawford did know about the rib injury. I am pretty sure Terence Crawford would have knocked Errol Spence out with the rib injury. So you did beat one of the four kings, but he was weight drained and had a rib injury. And you knew exactly where to hit him. And you also had stated that you were only a 135-pound fighter, but you had already gone up to fight Mario Barrios at 140, but you did put a rehydration clause on him. And that is fair, that is fine. You said you weren't comfortable at 140, but everybody loves money and Mario Barrios wanted that payday. But when Eddie Hearn offered you a fight to fight Conor Benn at 147, you said you will go up to 147 to fight Conor Benn, knowing that Conor Benn fights at 154. So I'm sure if you can go up to 147 to fight Conor Ben, you can rematch Ryan Garcia at 140 and fight Devin Haney at 140 as well. Now I know you're a great fighter, but that way you can show the world. I'm sure that's what Lomachenko meant, as he could barely speak English. He is from the Ukraine. And as we all know, you and Lomachenko are about the same size, and he already fought Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney at full strength, no rehydration clause. But I truly believe you are one of the best fighters out there. I believe you can beat them all. And arguably one of the faces of boxing. If Canelo Alvarez left, there will be no more argument. You will be the face of boxing. Unless another boxer surpasses you, and it can happen. How did Mayweather surpass Oscar de la Hoya? Oscar de la Hoya was a lot bigger than Floyd Mayweather at one point. And I would not be surprised, especially if you're not giving us the fights that we want. But as a boxing fan, I am glad that you're stepping up your competition. And I am sure you're not scared of any boxer, and is your team actually moving that way? Kind of similar to Canelo, but Canelo has been around for years and he has been proven. But I do believe you are on your way, but there's still a lot of fights that the whole boxing world wants you to fight. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Cepeda. Don't worry, there will always be somebody else to fight. As long as you're a pro boxer and you want us to pay for your fights, you have to give us a good product. And I will gladly pay for all the pay-per-views, but you have to give us the fights we want. And I'm not saying you have to fight these fighters back to back. You could fight a good one, then a stay busy fight, then another good one, then another stay busy fight. And these fights take so long to make. By the time you are done with the 4 kings, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another young lion waiting to get a crack at the face of boxing. And I don't doubt that you can beat them all, but I know Shakur Stevenson will give you the hardest fight. And when you're finished with the last 4 king, I'm pretty sure there'll be 2 or 3 more fighters that are big names by then. And you probably cannot make a lot of money with them now, but by then they'll be big names or even champions. That way you can make more money by then. If they keep winning, Raymond Ford and Floyd Schofield could be contenders and a potential matchup. And by then, Canelo will probably be on his way out. You will no longer be arguably the face of boxing and will be the face of boxing. But right now, I can argue all day. But right now, you have your hands full with Frank the Ghost Martin, and that is no easy task or no cherry pick. I don't know why some people say that that is a cherry pick. That guy is a really good fighter, man. The guy is also undefeated. And I see you beating Frank Martin, but I also see Frank Martin have a lot of success against you, as he has been sparring with Ryan Garcia, and you and Ryan Garcia already fought. So I'm sure Ryan is helping him to get prepared for you. But before, I gave Frank Martin a shot to beat you, but not after the sparring session with Tank Davis and Devin Haney came out. Frank still has a puncher's chance, and anything can happen in boxing. But I do see you winning, possibly by stoppage, but it can also go 12 rounds with Frank Martin probably hitting the canvas. But I cannot wait for this fight. I'ma order this fight, and good luck to both of you guys. I am not Team Tank and I am not Team Frank. I am Team Boxing. And speaking on the devil, Ryan Garcia. As we all know, Ryan Garcia was drinking a whole bottle of wine by himself yesterday. He didn't even share with all that money. He stated that he was not gonna post on social media anymore, but then today he started posting again. And today he was not acting all crazy. He looked all calm and collective. And he also said he did not feel like himself and felt like a shell of himself. And he feels that they cloned him because he cannot remember anything. But maybe he can't remember because he has a hangover. And he also stated that somebody deleted all his posts. But who will delete all your posts? But then he says he can just make new ones and everybody will remember exactly what he said, so it's all good. But I believe you, Ryan. I think you're cloned, and your other clone probably deleted all your posts. And I'm sure one clone is really training and the other clone is just posting on social media. Just kidding, guys. I know this guy is just capping. I'm sure he is really focused and really training hard and just trying to surprise Devin Haney. But God bless to both fighters and good luck to both fighters, as I am not Team Haney or Team Garcia. I am Team Boxing. And don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe, and that's it for me, champs. I gotta roll.
I shook up the world! I shook up the world! I shook up the world!